Today on Caliber 50 Customs, we are doing a 1967 Chevrolet Camero, one of my back burner builds. So let's head on down to the range and get started. Hello everybody, welcome back to the range. Tom here, and yes, today we are doing another back burner build. I originally got this car, took the wheels off of it, and used it for another project. So, I think it's time we start the field strip and get this baby rolled. These wheels that I got on it now, I was gonna use them, but I ended up changing it up towards the end of the video. It was one of the M2 builds, so I didn't have to worry about tapping or drilling out posts or anything like that because it already had the screws, and it's just something I didn't have to worry about. So during my process of this build, I was thinking, what all could I do to this Camaro that I've never done to one of my vehicles before? I tried a couple paint ideas, and they didn't turn out that well. So, when I started painting it, I pretty much started from scratch. I put everything that belonged on this casting in that little box you see there, and it was a set of wheels that I got when I ordered from eBay not too long ago. So I kept the boxes to store parts in case I needed them. And, I'm a big Camaro fan. Always have been, always will be. Especially the 67, 68, and 69 era cars. I'm not really big on the newer Camaros, but when I was in the military, I got to drive I don't know what year it was, 06 I think it was, Camaro. Man, those things can get up and move, I'm telling you. And, I don't do many newer style vehicles on my channel, but I'm going to start changing that up. One video I haven't done was how I do my wide body kits. And I think eventually I'm going to do one of those. But, it's something I'm not really great at doing right now. And so I'm kind of doing off builds, off camera builds, just to see what I can do, see if I can make them any better. And it's slowly but surely coming around. This casting right here had a lot of parts I had to remove because I ended up putting a casting in the paint stripper that still had a plastic piece into it, and I couldn't figure out what it was that looked like it was melted, and it was one of the plastic pieces that was attached to the car. I cut the roof, well, the hood wasn't cut out, I just drilled out the post that was holding it, because I was wanting to make it a removable hood. I do my typical steel wool sand down, trying to get it all nice and smooth, and that's quite a bit of sanding. I call it sanding, it's not with sandpaper, but who cares? It's my channel. But, I wanted to make it look like something I haven't done before. The colors you've probably seen that I've done, but I wanted to try something a little different. And, I went through a bunch of style wheels that I wanted to do. And here I am cutting the posts for the hood because I was doing my best to make sure, I cut them out, made them smooth. And because I was going to be putting like an engine that I got from another build. Just something to pop in there. I had a take some sandpaper and smooth out the bottom of that engine to get it to fit with the hood on top. And it's not entirely perfect sitting on it, but it doesn't look too bad. It's not one of my best paint jobs, but it was worth a try. It was something new. I was experimenting with some tape just to see what I could do. And You know, the fun part about it is I was getting to work with one of my favorite cars. You know, the Camero. I love Camaros. Me, my dad, my mother. Most of my family are Chevrolet people. And anytime I get to do a Chevy car, or anytime I pick a Chevy car, I want to make it look the best that I can do. And like I said, you know, it wasn't my best paint job, but other than that, it turned out really nice. I was really happy. You know, I'm filing down the post from the hood just to make it where the engine will set in. And, you know, and here I am sanding the engine, just trying to make sure it's going to fit just right. You know, I'm very OCD. It's got to sit a certain way. It's got to look a certain way. And that's why I changed up the wheels. Because the colors I went with ended up going with the wheels and tires that I picked. And the wheels and tires I picked, I got from another casting. I can't remember what car it was. But they just looked good on the car. They were a set of gold slicks is what they were. And they fit the car, and I could not change it. I was like, no, this looks good. This looks like the stance I would like to have, not the colors. You know, I got boxes from Walmart, these little container boxes that was like $1 or something, and I just been storing nothing but rubber style wheels, or real riders as most people call them. And it took me a while to find out what exactly set of wheels I was wanting to go with, but I was very particular about what I wanted. And eventually it got to the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go with these. And no, these are not the style I'm going with. These are just the style that I was just checking out just to see the width and how it would look. And yeah, they look good. They did. They looked really good on there. But I ended up not using these. And you'll see that in the final results. You know. And trust me, I'm not the only person that changes it up during the build. You know, you pick one set of wheels and you're like, it don't look right. So you'll pick another set, and another set, and another set, and then you'll finally be like, hey, you know what? This one looks fine. You know, doing my typical making my own axles, you know, just cutting it down, making sure it'll fit right. And like I said, I never use these wheels. They're nice wheels. I just ordered these not too long ago, and they came in a pack of 6 sets. So I had like 24 wheels. You know, each set had a larger set for the back and smaller sets for the front. But, you know, they're nice wheels, don't get me wrong. You know, I might use them on another build. You know, those who know about an announcement I did a while back in one of my videos, I'm going to be going ahead at the end of this video announcing when the deadline is for that build. So stay tuned for the rest of the video, and you'll find out what's going on with that. You know, I know a lot of video footage on here is me putting on tires. You know, I tried to make this video less than 20 minutes, but more than 15. It's just, you know, a lot of the video footage I had wasn't very long, because I really wasn't doing a lot to this other than a wheel swap and a paint job. Well, I added wheels. It didn't have no wheels when I first put this on the turntable. I just added the wheels to it for the display. And, you know, Camaros they were gorgeous cars. They still are, in my book. You know, even the newer Camaros, they get up and go, but I'd still prefer American Muscle old school than the new stuff. It's just me. You know, some of you may agree, some of you might not. So, if it happens, it happens. You know, you never know what kind of vehicle some persons are, you know, into or not. It's their choice. And, you know, you see me putting the engine in. Excuse me. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for further notifications. I had a choice of many different engines, but that one just kind of suited the part. And here I am just doing some little brushing to the interior with a little bit of gold metal flake, I think is what it is. I don't know. But, just a little light coat. It didn't have to be real dark or nothing like that. I just kind of wanted it where you can actually see that gold, color to it. And, it turned out fantastic. It looks good, And I was originally going to custom make an interior for this because I thought I'd lost the actual interior. But out of the blue, I just looked over and there was the interior, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Excuse me. And I was like, you know what? I gotta use the actual interior. I was like, I cannot do this with the custom interior right now. I'm like, it's not what I'm looking for. And so I took my chrome pen and I started doing like a little bit of chrome touch up here and there, underneath on the base. And it started coming together. The paints I used was a warm gold color. And as you see here, this is what I was talking about by I was trying something different. I was hand doing flames. They ain't the best flames, but it was just something I wanted to try different. I didn't want to use no decals on this. It's got a different style wing on the back that I got from Mustang or something. I don't remember where I got the wing from, but it's just something I wanted to try different. I didn't want to use decals by any means necessary on this car, even though I had a few I could have used, but not the ones I thought would go with this casting. I did my best trying to cut it because I tried like drawing it on paper on the tape first. Didn't really work out because you couldn't see the lines. So I just started freehanded, just cutting it out here and there and just kind of putting little pieces here and there. And it ended up turning out for the best, I think. And the blue that I went with was called Spangled Blue. It was really pretty color. Not my favorite cobalt blue, but it was a really nice color. As you see here, I'm peeling the tape. Wasn't one, like I said, it wasn't one of my best paint jobs, but I tried. I'm probably, going to improve a lot better once I get me an airbrush kit and stuff like that. And, it turned out. That's all I can say is it turned out. It looked good with the colors. You can't really tell the difference on certain, areas unless you're actually got your face right in front of it. It's not as well detailed as I was wanting it to be. But it's been a little while since I put out a video, and that's kind of... No, I wasn't rushing to get this video out. I've actually been working on this video for the past 4 days. And before we get started, I know there's a lot of people that's wanting to know when the due date is for the biker build-off. It is January 1st, 2022. So, y'all remember what we started off with. And I'll see you next time at the range.